So I started reading this article by Forbes, and I can see why a lot of people reading this article, which talks about how all these people that have been victims of a layoff are now turning that around and still selling their services as a contractor because a lot of companies, although they still need the work to be done, they can't afford full time employees. So the same people that were part of a layoff are now selling those companies services as a contractor. And because they're doing it to multiple different companies, they're saying, okay, well, the employee is still the former employee is still making it out a win. And I can see why a lot of people are upset because, yeah, it's a win for the company because they get the same services, but they don't need to pay your health insurance. They don't need to contribute to your 401k. They don't need to contribute to your development. They don't need to give you any perks. They get the work and they get it at a discount. At the same time, though, what I liked about the article is that people are moving on. They can't sit around and just become another unemployment statistic. Because if you look at the stats, there's a lot of people that are part of that long term unemployment. They've been unemployed for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, a year and a half. We still have a large number of 2024 college graduates that still have not found an entry level role. So, yes, by default, people are going to opt out of that job search and say, okay, well, I'm just going to start my own LLC, my own S Corp, and I'm just going to sell these services to all these companies, and I'm going to refuse to become another statistic. So if you're watching this and you've spent hours and hours, week by week in the last year trying to find a full time job and you're finding that this job market is tough, spend some time in potentially thinking about, all right, well, if you have the skill set, maybe it might be easier to find one or two or three or four different clients that you could do different types of services for. Because I know that there's so many talented people out there that are really having a hard time with this job market, and contracting may be a good prospect in the interim until the market bounces back, and it will bounce back.